had finished following the Messiah, and where do you go from the story of Jesus? And that actually led to the next idea, is there's a clear connection between the kings of Judah and the Messiah that would come.
We collaborated together as a team in spring of 2018.
Samuel being the primary character of episode 1. Before you get...
We see the guys get into a car and then exit at their hotel, checking
45 minutes or so before we get there, and so it would be possible.
Fade to black and then fade up to searching for a king title, fade to black.
Every good documentary starts with a good plan. Searching for a King was a major collaboration.
Right? And then we finally do this drone up and we reveal...
Start episode 1 with something more compelling.
It was really fun for me to see the series come together by having everybody pool their thoughts. And I think everybody feels like they had their hands on this project.
Then Stuart and Jet took that idea and really infused a whole new style to this series. What they wanted to do was create something new, something different, something fresh.
When it comes to traveling and bringing a crew to Israel, it's not a small task. There was a lot of things that had to happen even prior to ever pushing record on a camera.
Thrilled with this setup.
You are?
Really thrilled with this setup.
Today's travel day for Appian Media. We are all leaving our home and heading to Israel. In about 20 hours or so, we'll all be together in Tel Aviv.
Creating a documentary requires a tremendous amount of gear, and we brought a lot of gear with us to Israel, but we also rented some non-technical gear in country.
We rented a car and we filled it with equipment. We're pretty good at that. We are driving ourselves to Jerusalem. We're on our way to the hotel right now, so.
It's been a really long day.
We have an extremely talented team of individuals, all with very unique skill sets, which really makes for a great, well-rounded team.
I think one of the unsung heroes of our team is Dan. As soon as we drop off at a location, he is snapping some incredibly beautiful photographs of every location to capture as much of it as he possibly can so that other people can benefit from these visuals.
In a 2-week trip, I can shoot between 18 and 24,000 pictures. It's 5 to 1,200 a day.
We thank you for your service.
That's right.
Jeremy and Barry, these guys are incredible at what they do. And I love seeing them work together, how seamlessly they arrive at a location, they communicate with each other to know how they're gonna make the scene go.
Does it hit you more to read that here in the valley?
There's something about coming to this exact location and rereading it again.
I can't even begin to say how hard their job is. It's not easy to get in front of the camera at all, and they do it so well, and so oftentimes the rest of the crew is asking them to do it again, or move over here, or can you say this instead? And they're able to process that information and then really come across on camera as calm and collected.
Oh, you're doing a selfie?
The dynamic duo, we've got Jet and Danny Kaiser, and they're the kind of team that every husband and wife wishes they could be. They get out there and work together so well. Danny, we affectionately refer to as the B-roll queen. She's capturing these places and getting angles and things that, as the editor, I'm able to see on the other side of the trip and go, I didn't even know she went that far upstream to capture that. I didn't know that she spent time over there capturing the tortoise. Jet was there shooting aerials and shooting the scenes. Just an incredible team.
Craig, he had so many roles in the field on this trip. He was kind of the master Steadicam operator. Whenever we'd get to a location, you knew Craig was going to take that gimbal out and he was going to get some rock solid pans and slow motion and all kinds of things. In addition, Craig also managed all of our media. So at the end of the day, the first thing he did was pull all the cards from the camera and be downloading media and watching clips to make sure that things looked right and sounded right. And that's such an important part of the process.
So there's this guy named Stuart, and he comes along and says, this is gonna be a lot of fun. And then we get here and he's like, by the way, this is what we're doing. And then that's how I end up here. And it's always fun.
Stu was the field producer for Searching for a King, which pretty much meant that he was the lead problem solver in the field. And he was able to really create a solution for all the various problems and pitfalls that opened up during production.
If you can roll those up there in the front. Everybody, let's roll camera. All right, team, we are going to head down into the cave for a brief scene.
Stu was also the fearless director of the series and was able to function as the perfect ringleader for this circus.
Cool. All right, let's pack it up.
One of the biggest things this year was that we were finally able to bring our own drone. And Jet, not only is he an exceptional director of photography, the dude's a drone pilot.
So we're getting ready to launch our quadcopter up into the air. Part of what we have to do when flying a quadcopter here in Israel is making sure that we're following all the rules. We want to know if there's a no-fly zone, how high can we fly. Capturing great aerials is not a one-person job. Craig and Danny were spotters, and then I had Stu nearby who was using the walkie-talkie to direct the talent, to direct me as the drone pilot.
Guys, go ahead and turn around and go back to A point on the road. And go ahead.
Gliding over the battlegrounds of David and Goliath, or flying over where Saul took his last breath, was really quite amazing.